There you go.
And the bark is before the...
Yeah, it's just frustration. Go ahead and put her in a heel.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. That little pass up I'm not too worried about. But you can see, like, her heel's good. It's really good. Because that's something that you have to do every day. Like, you have to walk her. Right? So, you have the tools for a good recall. Now it's just practicing consistently to get it to be reliable. So what we can do here is just go ahead and take off the long leash. We'll start with the placement. It's just a dog bed, correct?
Yeah, I have a question. Is this a dog bed? Okay. Is this a better one than those kind of little sign and stuff like that? She keeps scratching.
It's probably scratch that in to make it comfortable. You know. This here, the reason why we use these is because these are they last forever. And we have dogs training and stuff, right? And like you can get the individual parts and replace them. But you know, we got this size and the bigger size, and they're completely. This particular one is completely rust proof. All these like different, like I think that's microbial and all this stuff. I think they're like $200 something a dog bed. But that's why I like them. You can keep these outside in the training and stuff, like it's not gonna mess it up or whatever.
So this is as comfortable, because the other ones look comfortable with the furry sides and thing, but
it's a foam mattress.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I mean,
which, like I said, she's constantly.
I mean, whether or not the dog is comfortable, I'm not sure. I mean, it's just there's no cushion in here. It's just a mat that's held in place by the sides. But we use it all the time for the dogs. Like they don't get pressure sores or anything like that. So I would assume it's. So what we're going to do here is we're going to teach Noche a stationary command. So like you said, like having her lay down and not move for a bit. Okay. So out of all the commands that you have, your heel and this are probably going to be the best ones because this is super easy to practice. It's just that recall. You know, of course, you want to make sure you practice that until you get it to be often reliable. Otherwise, it's pointless. And it's the command that can save your dog's life. Like I've had dogs run away from their owners because of fireworks. They're running towards it, like chasing a squirrel, running towards the street, things like that. That you absolutely do want to practice that command, get it to be reliable, because you don't want to be caught in a moment where you need to return. Okay. So who's going to go first? So let's go ahead and give Sergio the remote. And what's the number? 31. Let's go down to 16. So whenever we teach anything new, we always go down low. And what you're going to do is very simple. You're going to walk up with Noche, and you're going to have her here. If she goes towards it, just pull her back, no tapping. Okay? And you're going to wait a moment. And you're going to start tapping, and you're going to lightly pull on your leash towards the bed, okay, to direct her there. Now we're going to refrain from moving towards the bed. So I don't want you to walk with Noche, start tapping like this. I don't want you to do that. Okay, you're going to stop here, have her with you, shorten your leash, tapping like you have it. Yep, and then leash pressure to get her to go there. Now once all of Noche is on the placemat, everything stops. Okay. Now you might find she starts to spin or something maybe. Or maybe she doesn't want to go on here because she's scared of it, which happens, is you want to brace it with your foot, and then you're going to really put a lot of physical as you're tapping to get her on there. Once she does the first one, it should be easy. Okay? But some don't.
When you stop, you're going to want to do
Correct. Okay? So then you might have to put a lot of physical to get her to go there. But once she's there, you stop. If Noche hops off, long day, hops off, you like that way, you counter her coming this way while you're tapping to get her to hop back on again. Okay? We're not going to say anything. We're not going to say place. We're not going to say Noche. We're not going to say stay. We're not going to say any of that stuff. We're just teaching her that when she feels this, when she's around this, it means to go there. Okay? Question?
Close enough for that.
No, you want to go closer. You want to be at least about 1 foot to 2 feet away from it, okay?
No, that's good. No worry, you're good. And tap, tap, tap. Yep, tap, tap, tap. Right there. Good, good girl. And praise.
Good girl. Good girl.
And then you're gonna say break.
Break.
Good. And move away with Noche. Good. And do 4 more. Good. Right. Yep, tap. Good. Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl.
Break.
Break.
Good. And do 3 more. Yep, there she goes. Good. Good. Tap. Tap. There she goes. Add a girl. You have 16, right?
Yep.
Let's try 12.
Good girl. Good girl.
Break. Yep, 2 more. Pull, 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 pull. Yep, keep moving. There she goes. Keep moving. There she goes. Add a girl. There she goes. Good. And praise.
Good girl. Good girl. Good job.
Last
Break.
one.
Wait by yourself this time.
There you go. And praise.
Good girl. Good girl. Good job.
So now what you're going to do is same thing, but a little bit further back. So you were at about 1 foot to 2 feet. Now you're going to go about 3 to 4 feet.
And she gets to go all over herself.
That's like 8 to 10 feet. And so you're too far. About there. That's good. Right there. Add a girl, and you can come in and praise her.
Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Break.
Yep, break and pull,
Break.
pull, pull. Good girl.
Break.
Pull, pull, pull. Keep walking. Keep walking. There she goes. Add a girl. Good.
Good girl. Good job. Break.
Right, so go ahead and now just walk. Don't do anything. Just pull her and walk away.
Come on, Noche.
Yep, and just shorten your leash again. Because now she's getting the pattern. Yep. It's okay. Wait a moment. Good. It's all frustration. Because once she learns the exercise, she just gets frustrated because she wants to avoid the tap. Okay? Yep. Good. And praise.
Good girl.
We're going to do 2 more.
Break. I did one.
On that last one. Right. Tap. Bring her back.
Come on, Noche.
Right. Good. Relax. Good. There you go. Very good. And praise.
Girl. Good
We're
girl.
going to do
Good girl.
1 more.
Break. Break. Come on.
Tap. Yep. Good. Settle her. Tap. And then relax. Tap. Good. Add a girl. And praise.
Girl. Good girl. Good job.
And break.
Break.
Okay. So now, is that the scratching you're talking about? Yeah. Just tap. There she goes. And relax. Good. So what you do is just you corrected her. Tap. Bring her back. Tap. Tap back towards you. Tap. Tap. And relax. Good. Right there. Okay. Now what you're going to do is same thing, but you're going to send from different positions. Okay. So right now you're doing it from one position, right? From this way. So now I'm going to have you'll walk around, stop, and you can send her going this way. Then break, walk around, and send her from this way, like just different.
Oh, I'm not using that at all.
No, you're using this, but you're sending her from different positions, right? So, because on this one, you always send it from there, right? So now we're going to change it up, and we're going to send her from here. We'll send her from over here. Send her from here.
I'll
from
circle
here.
around that.
Yeah, you know, but you're changing it up, okay?
Yep.
Then come to a stop. Tap. 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 There you go.
Get it back.
Right? Because you didn't send her, right? Tap.
He just wants to do it.
There you go. That's fine. And just scoot over a little bit. Good. And wait a moment. Relax your arm. Good. So you always want to relax because let's say like you're holding her there. She's only staying because you're holding her there. So you want to relax her arm to see are you going to continue to stay put or are you only staying put because I'm holding you? Okay. And you're at 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. Good. Good.
Good girl. Good job.
And break. Good. We're going to do 4 more from different directions. Good. Had a girl.
Good job. Break. Break.
Good. 3 more. Tap. Good. Relax. Good.
Girl.
2 more.
Break.
I'll do 1 more.
Good job.
So you're tapping that once
Break.
to go.
Essentially, right? It's 1 tap and she's
Break.
going.
Break.
Yep. Pull, pull, pull. Back, back, back. Pull, pull, pull. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There you go.
So the,
What?
that's you're just throw 1 tap and she goes.
Mm-hmm.
Tap. Right. Wait. Good. There she goes. Very good. And we're going to pause there for a second. Okay? So that was good. So, it went from needing a couple taps to just 1 tap and she's shooting right to it, right? Now, did you notice when she was getting really frustrated? What happened?
She was coming to her store.
What else?
She's spitting.
She
was barking.
Spitting, barking, yep, right. Digging
Getting
at the bed or whatever. Yeah, being impatient, right?
Scratching.
And do you know what you did that calmed her down? Yeah. So like when she was going prematurely, I was telling you tap as you're pulling her back, and you're telling her I didn't send you yet, right? And then when she was scratching at the bed and you tapped her to say, and you're saying I don't want you to scratch the bed. And then all of a sudden, she started to calm down a bit more, right? She was still giving you because she's very impulsive. Like she learns the pattern and then she's like, go. Same thing with the recall, right? And same thing with the stays. Like you walk away and she just goes. So for her, she's smart. She's picking up on it really fast, but then she gets frustrated because she knows it's going to happen. Okay, that's why you get that barking, that you get that high pitch like whining there. It's because she knows it's going to happen. Once we put a name to this, it makes things easier. And that's why these things are temporary. You're just teaching her how to do it. Then you just start applying it. You know, like you wouldn't be doing this every day for like the rest of her life of walking around and sending her. You're just doing it right now with the teacher. But once she knows it, I just use it, and then that frustration goes away because we're not doing it repeatedly. Like the recall. Like the recall, the way we practice it, that's not realistic. That's just so that you can practice it. But then you have to apply it in a realistic context. But that's why she gets frustrated.
Because she sees you walking away from each other, and she goes, "Oh, I know you're gonna call me, and I don't want to get tapped, so now spin around or whatever." But that, realistically speaking, you wouldn't be doing that. We'd already be like her off, like chasing squirrels and stuff, and going much in practice in a realistic setting. So we're not creating that kind of that fixed situation. Okay. So, questions so far about this?
But how is she gonna know?
Well, you keep asking me if I'm tapping.
Because I couldn't tell what was going on.
Okay, when she pulls, I have to tap to get her back
Right,
into
I got
the
that.
position.
But I mean,
And then when I pull her to go there, I tap once and she goes.
I think that's that.
Yeah, that's what I. Yep.
So how? Okay, so we're gonna call that something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call the way what we call is place. Go to place. We just say place. We say go to place. We say go to your bed. I don't care. Some phrase.
Okay, so everything's around the food. So we're going out to eat. We're sitting at the table. How do we know? How does she know that's what we want to set?
You would so we need an object. Like so, I asked earlier if you have a dog bed that has a perimeter. So you can't say place like this because there's no perimeter, but there's a perimeter. It's a very clear object that separates
So
itself
we
from
have to
the.
bring something with us.
Yeah. So you can bring a towel. You can bring a little blanket.
Just something so she can
A
see.
placemat.
Yes.
Oh.
Some people
So,
bring
okay,
dog
so what
mats.
she's gonna do that word is gonna associate with a cutout somehow. See it.
Correct.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
her space, right?
Correct.
This is her space.
And it can be anything. And you can have multiple. Like so, a lot of my clients carry like a rolled up towel, yoga mat, or blanket in their car,
Yoga mat. There we go.
and that's place. Okay. So then you just go to the restaurant, go to yoga class. Right. Pop it down, place. There she goes. So then Noche's job is to just go there and stay there.
Okay.
I don't care if she's sitting. I don't care if she's standing. I don't care if she's laying down. She just needs to stay on there.
Okay, and she's looking.
Correct, right? So that perimeter tells her that that's your boundary.
Okay.
Okay, so anything outside of that is off limits. So like I even had a client that had a really big area rug, and they said, "Could this be placed?" And I said, "Sure, but it's a really big place, so your dog can technically walk around and do all that stuff. They just can't step off of the area rug." Okay, so and you can have like a towel that you keep in your car, and then at home it
Remember
could be a
the little
dog bed.
thing from the bed that we had?
No, we
Is that
cannot.
too small?
No, that's not.
There's a little cover that is like a rectangle like this. And
Sure.
I think it would be smaller than this though.
She just needs to, at least currently, enough space to go on and lay down. So it could be a little smaller because you can see how there's some extra space there, but not too small that her body is part of it is off of it. So I've had people use kitchen mats, squares and all that stuff. The dog doesn't care. It's really just for the visual of this is your boundary. Okay.
Now with most restaurants are outside.
Yeah.
And people taking their drugs.
Yeah. So that's why we cover this stuff, is so that you can have her be sitting put and enjoy, brunch, dinner, lunch.
Or we're just talking to friends and then she's not pulling this.
Oh yeah, you gotta give her something for that.
I
Yeah.
know that would be that.
If you go on a picnic or something, you just bring something so then you don't have to worry about lunch. Okay, because she's
This
stationary.
wasn't that difficult.
No, it's
She
easy.
picked it up right away. It's just the concept of transferring this into just getting used to this little higher place.
Oh, it's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
It's not going to be a problem. So when you go home, pick your object, right? Right?
I already thought about that.
You put it down, and you start tapping. Same thing, right? It's very quick, and then she's going to get it within a couple of reps, and that becomes another place. Okay.
When she was that, we tapped on.
I would correct that. Yes, a tap. Okay, because then if she's doing that, she's gonna, if you're using a towel or something, she's gonna jumble it all up and it's gonna mess up the perimeter. Okay, let's go ahead and swap handlers.
But I see. Start from here. But bring your closer to the mat.
Yeah, so we're going to start a little closer. We're going to start about 2 feet of it. Right, good. Now relax. You're at 12?
Yeah.
Let's go to 8.
We have never prepared anything. Always finish the starting point.
Wait a moment. Yep. So yeah, always let her settle. Good. And just do a couple more.
Break. Break.
Tap, tap, tap. Wait a moment. Tap, tap. Good. Relax. Tap, tap. Relax. Now. There you go. Good girl. Just a couple more.
Break.
Tap. And last one.
Break.
Very good. Okay. So now what you're going to do is do the walk around and send a little bit further back. Good. You're going to do 4 more. Very good. Very good. Couple more. Very good. And last one.
Break.
Right. Bring her back. Bring her back. Back, back. Tap. Yep. Good. Wait a moment. Good. Yep. 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 Tap, tap, tap. A little bit of leash pressure. Tap, tap, tap. There she goes. Very good. So,
I had it down to 0.
oh yeah, that doesn't work.
What number I get?
So now what we're going to do is same thing, but now you're going to say the word. Do you want to use place or do you want to use a different word? Yeah, you could have done it. Yeah, so what you're going to do is same thing, right? You're going to pause and wait a moment. Pause. And you're going to say place first. Yeah. Relax. Relax.
Place. Place.
Yeah.
Place.
Okay. And so you want to say the word once. So you say place and then start tapping. Not just shoot there now. Okay. Now
What number
break.
was the other?
Break.
Break.
Tap. Get her back. Yep. Tap. Wait a moment. Tap. 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 Right, wait a moment. Tap, 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 tap. Now wait. Tap, wait. Relax. Place. There. Good. Atta girl. She's got good drive, I gotta say that.
Yeah, and that was I could because I was present to get her here. She was going.
Oh, to get her back? No, that was correct though. You didn't do anything wrong. Like that's what I would. That's what I do. Right? Good. Break.
Right.
3 more. Wait a moment. Tap. Wait.
Place. Place.
Tap. There you go. Very good. Couple more.
Break. Place.
Good. Last one. Break.
Place.
Good. And then keep her there. We're going to swap handlers. Tap. 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 Careful. Tap. Bring her back to the place. Tap. Because she got off by without permission. There you go. So you're just reinforcing Tim's place command, okay?
Break.
Yep, break.
Break.
And back away.
Break.
Pull, 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 pull.
Place. Break.
Yep, good job. Tap. Right, get her to settle. There she goes. Tap. Relax. Good. Tap, tap. Relax. Good.
Place.
There she goes.
Good girl. Break.
Does she fetch and retrieve?
She eventually get the hang of that.
Of what? Tap. The ball? Maybe. I might have to teach her. Tap, tap.
Break.
Oh, place.
Okay. Good girl.
She got it. We're going to do one more.
Break. Gonna confuse her. Place.
Very good. Good. So
Do you do the same thing with the ball, where you say like drop that?
you would say drop and then tap
Tap.
to get her to release it, and you want to be low because if you're too high, she's not going to want to keep playing, which can happen anyways. You just keep practicing, and eventually she'll learn that drop just means drop the ball, and she can avoid the tap.
Break. Break.
So there's two aspects to this. There's the send, which is what we just covered, and then there's the go there and don't move part. Okay, so the send, if you each did 2 to 3 minutes a day, you know, like one session of practicing, she'll be fine. And then the next aspect of it is applying it so that, let's say you're at work or something, you're working from home, and you have her laying on the dog bed while you're working from home for like 2 hours. That's the application of duration. Okay, and you can do that right off the bat. Like you can do 2 hours as soon as you go home right now. Okay, you just have to reinforce it. So she goes there, and then 30 minutes later, she tries to sneak away. You correct her to bring her back. Okay, you wouldn't say place again.
Okay, you just correct her with the remoting. She should go back. Otherwise, you'll use the leash to lead her back.
You didn't say place at all?
No, you say place,
Once.
but if she gets off, you don't say it again. You just correct her. Okay, we don't repeat those commands. If you want this to be applicable in a real life setting like the restaurants or whatever, let's say dinner is like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, right? Is in the home. If you're gonna be, if you know you would use this outside, you know, for during those times, like for quite a, like, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours. In the home, you want to practice, you know, 2 to 3 hours of not moving, because so you have to compensate. Because in the home, nothing's going on. At the restaurant, food, scents, waiters, people talking to her, other dogs. Yep. So to compensate for that, you make it longer within the home. Okay.
So we would do place, never go, and then go walk a bit. She starts, when she comes out and tap it again, but don't say place.
Correct. Right. You start tapping. Noche should go back. If she doesn't, I keep tapping. I grab her leash, so she still has the leash on now, and I bring her. I tap her until she runs back to the bed, and then I leave her alone. I go
Is there a
back.
difference between place and stay?
Yeah, stay in what you're doing. So right now, if you told her to stay, it would be stay in that position.
But we moving.
Right. And she's sitting. Right. So if Noche was on her dog bed, and you decided by her own, right, and you decided I want you to not move, stay. Then it becomes place.
But place, she could get up and rearrange herself and sit like that as long as she stays
Within the area. Yeah, sit. So there's 3 duration commands: sit, down, and place. Sit like that is momentary. I don't make dogs sit for long periods of time because they tend to get, it's uncomfortable. Down is lay down. Don't move from that position. Place is go here. I don't care what you do. Just don't step off of it. Okay, so it's more lenient.
She doesn't do that.
What do you
Get her
say?
down.
Okay. Well, okay. So my whole life is like that. So she right now lets me know. So if I'm doing the thing she wants to stay, exactly, I have to really pay attention to that.
Well, if she's on the placemat, like she's not going to move.
Right.
You
For
shouldn't
2 hours.
see any issues with her in potty training.
Uh-huh.
But this is why I don't teach dogs to tell the owners to go potty too when they have to go potty.
Okay.
Because then when she tells you you don't see it, she's going to go potty in the house.
Okay.
I teach dogs to hold it and go on a schedule.
Okay.
So it's more on the responsibility on the dog than the responsibility on the
Okay.
person.
And then
to keep him.
it's so she jumps on somebody. What command do they want to use? Sit?
Leave it. Leave it. Down.
So what you would do is you would simply just remote
Oh.
and to correct her.
So just like how she's spinning around. And
Yeah,
she's jumping.
and whatever number, 8, 12, because
Do
you're
the
teaching
same
her.
thing and
You're
so-
just teaching her that jumping on people or whatever is
Okay.
not acceptable.
So there's no
it's-
command for that.
Right. So technically, like you could say off, right?
Off.
But the reason why I don't say a word is because technically, for a dog, she can jump on the person until you say off. That's how dogs learn. Okay, I can jump until you say off because that's when the consequence happens. Or she jumps and the consequence just happens for jumping. So then she thinks, oh, if I don't want the consequence, I just don't jump. Yeah, that's the difference.
I'm not gonna wait for the word.
Yeah,
Right.
humans, like, you can tell a kid, don't take things that are not yours, and they know, like, they can just apply that. And go, okay, don't touch things that are mine, right? Dogs don't do that. So that's a very small detail, but that's why people struggle with things, because they always tell their dogs no, or stop, or quiet, and then you're saying stop like 100 times a day.
Stop. No. You said no.
Yeah, I just do consequence, because that's what dogs do, they just bite each other. They don't like something, they just bite each other. No.
No. Yes, it is. So how did she do in this?
What's up?
How did she do in this?
She did great. That's why I was like, she's got good drive. This is like kind of dog, like all that frustration and stuff is because, you know, you're not dog trainers, right? And your dog is a very nervous, anxious dog. She's much better than she was in the first class, much better. And then last class we were struggling because we weren't going high enough, right? And you saw that difference from going from the 20, the 15 to like 40, right? And how she was holding it. She was much better today when you were practicing.
Because she was at 31.
Yeah, because that's what she needs to keep her settled. But for the human, they feel bad because you think you're physically hurting her, but in response, she's actually doing better.
So why do we do this one so low then?
Because we're teaching something new.
Oh,
Whenever we teach something new, it's low. Okay? So like, let's say you go home, you send her to the place, and she keeps getting off. 8's not working. 15, 20, 25, 30, and then all of a sudden you go to 40, now she won't move for 3 hours. Okay? So whenever we teach anything new, we always go down low, and then we work the way back up.
you should have done
This one? Oh.
Is that even video?
Every day.
Well, this is the one that I really need now because I'm teaching, and one time, I was saying,
I'll cut it. Make sure you cut this.
I was in the teaching mode, and I was like talking to my students, and then I said, okay, no, my love, go back. So my students were thinking that I was talking to them in that aspect.
Oh, sure.
So I was talking to her. I forgot to mute, but she was like coming to me when you were not at home. So,
Well,
stay or the alternative is put it in the crate.
Right.
Which I think when we did the Zoom, I had suggested. This is just crater. Whatever your schedule would be.
Right, but that works. So that's fine. But the thing is we're working on letting her come out and into the rest of the house instead of just
And the compound of that
get it
room.
zoned off.
Okay.
But the problem with that is that when she's like chewing or something like that. But if we could correct her behavior, that
Yeah, you can.
yeah.
That,
I think it's more of a problem with this than I think because
Yeah.
I said, let's put the collar on. Oh no, we're just gonna go for the